very good morning, everyone. I am extremely excited to have four budding and charming members of the marketing club here with me today, who are going to discuss the emerging trends in the realm of marketing and also make certain predictions about the year to come, that is 2024. As far as I remember, there is a common saying that what you sell does not really matter, but the way you sell really does. And that is exactly where marketing comes into picture. You do not really need to sell your products at a really high price points, but you need to improve your goodwill and your brand equity for your customers to stay engaged with you. And that's all that we are going to discuss about today. So 2023 was a year where we have seen the foundation of artificial intelligence, be it in the likes of ChatGPT. I remember it all started through chatbots, which only used to give us facts and figures. But with generative AI now coming into picture, we are getting a lot of opinions through artificial intelligence, be it ChatGPT, be it BART, or any other software for that matter. Along with this, we have seen that big brands like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, they are using computer-generated imagery to hook on to the attention of the consumers in an information overload and an attention deficit world. So with that, I now open the floor for the first question, taking in your views as to how AI is going to shape the future of marketing.
What you said, Aashray, was absolutely right. AI-powered marketing is not a sci-fi fantasy anymore. It's actually a $21 billion industry and is expected to grow more than double in the coming years.
Shaily, but I feel that number is pretty much elevated and not 40 billion. We are not looking at that. I think in a recent survey, I was reading that 72% of the people are weirded out by AI and AI ads, and that number is pretty much elevated according to me. And I think the number we are looking at is 25 or 30 in the next year for 2027. And all we need is ethical AI and not some big boss in our houses.
I actually agree with Deepanshu. So basically, if I want to paint a picture, let's think of it in this way, that ethical considerations are basically the seatbelts that we need on this AI roller coaster. And when you think of responsible data use and transparency, these are the emergency brakes that we need to employ.
I agree, Komal. So there's been a recent campaign which you might be aware of, wherein AI was used to analyze the social media chatter around endangered penguins, which led to a 40% increase in donations for the endangered penguins. So talk about AI saving the day.
So in a nutshell, if I were to gather all your points together, it wouldn't be wrong for me to say that AI is not a replacement for human intelligence. It is a tool that can be used to amplify human creativity. You give the repeated tasks to an AI tool that you can use and use the remaining time to enhance your creativity, come out with better solutions to problems. Am I right?
Right.
So the mantra to follow from here would be to, kind of use AI with intelligence, so to say.
Right.
Do we all agree on that?
Yes.
So now let's change gears from artificial intelligence or computerized heroes to the real world heroes. If you decode what I'm trying to say is that we'll now focus on micro-influencers. A lot of these new age D2C brands that I have come across, be it K-Beauty, be it Sugar Cosmetics or Mama Earth, they are all collaborating with a lot of influencers, and influencer marketing is a big chunk of their digital marketing budget. So I would like to know your views as to how these D2C and new age brands are leveraging the power of influencer marketing to shape their own brand image.
Aashray, I'd like to point out that micro-influencer marketing currently is the way forward, I think. And going for the next 2 years, I think that is what brands are going to play on. Currently, only 82% of the brand are collaborating with these micro-influencers. Influencers having followers in around 100Ks, 200Ks. And the reason for that is the conversion rate is high, obviously. When influencer has a following of 20 million, 50 million, and the connectivity level of that of the customer with that influencer is low. Of an influencer that is 100K, the connectivity level is eventually high and the conversion rate is high. And as we compare to 2019, just 4 years back, the brands collaborating with these kind of bloggers was just 19%, and currently it is 82%. So we can see already the trend changing, and I think the forecast is it is going to go ahead.
Great to see that you have the numbers on your fingertips, Deepanshu.
But don't you think that these mini influencers have less reach than mega influencers, say a Virat Kohli or a Priyanka Chopra?
Actually, not always, Shaily. So if you look at the raw data, so when you compare micro influencers, their reach, their engagement rate is basically 70%. And if you look at these mega influencers that you talked about, Anushka or Virat, their engagement rate is just 3%. So if you compare, like if you are investing in a mega influencer, in that amount of money, you can invest in several micro influencers and reach a much wider audience. And secondly, people on the ground, we kind of relate more to micro influencers trying to show the product, their qualities, rather than big stars.
Talking about costs, Komal, actually, investing in micro influencers is much cheaper than big brand endorsements or any other marketing campaigns. It's about 50% cheaper, and then the reach is much more, as the reach that we want to have is much higher, and then it also frees up investment money for other marketing campaigns.
So there is another interesting facet to this entire domain of influencer marketing, which is nowadays being called upon as digital avatars or virtual influencers. I clearly remember Amazon Prime, in order to promote one of its shows, had come up with this digital avatar called Kyra. Pankhuri, being the sponsorship whisper of the club, what is your take on the same?
That's very intriguing, Aashray. Actually, there are so many virtual influencers right now, especially in India. There are Kyra, as you mentioned, and even Nena. So big companies like MG Motors, Titan, and even Realme are spending huge amounts of premium to get their products promoted by these virtual influencers.
But don't you think there is an ethical dilemma there? What if these brands don't tell the customer or the audiences that they are actually virtual, because they look like they are real? And the facade of deepfakes going on. People are being I can record a video right now and put a face of Amitabh Bachchan on my face and look like him. So
Yeah, so to counter this, basically transparency is a lifeguard. Do you remember how a few years ago on Instagram you would see product ads, but they did not disclose that these are product endorsements. They used to just advertise that yes, this product changed my hair or my skin or my life. But now it's a rule, it's a proper rule on Instagram that you have to disclose that this is an advertisement. So likewise, when it comes to influencer marketing, if there are proper rules and regulations in place, I think we can counter this effect. And if you think about it, this virtual influencers, they can actually revolutionize the way marketing is done right now, especially for the Gen Z crowd. The ones who are born with a phone in one hand and a laptop in another.
Surely, I think that is a possibility, because what Gen Z can do, I don't know what else they can do, but the speed they are going forward, the things that are developing right now, at the era we are living, it is just tremendous. And in the coming years, maybe our generation is not able to connect that well with these virtual influencers, but Gen Zs can do anything.
And guys, think about the cost saving these brands are doing. No traveling cost, no talent cost, just a marketing vacation without breaking the banks. So that's really nice.
True. So just to gather all your points together, it would again be wrong for me to say that these days people don't just buy products or services. They are investing into relationships, stories, relationships which are built on authenticity, which I guess micro-influencers today are carrying definitely. Is it? Right. Are we all on the same page?
Yes.
So before we proceed to the final segment of our conversation today, we'll play a small game. So I remember Deepanshu, you and even you, Komal, you harped upon a lot with respect to sustainability and ethical business practices. Most of the companies are bagging a lot today on sustainable business practices. So here's the question for you guys. So each one of you would now have to name a company or a brand which is famous for its ethical and sustainable business practices, and you also need to justify as to why you think they are so.
Actually, the first company that comes to my mind talking about sustainability is Patagonia. Dude, where every brand is talking about buy, they are telling buy only when you need it. So they have this new initiative called Worn Wear, where they're selling used clothes because it'll reduce carbon emissions by 51%. Again, they have this wear and tear use kit on their website as well, which promotes a lot on sustainability. And they also have this 1% self-imposed earth tax. Earth tax means, come on. So they are contributing this 1% of their sales to environmental initiatives. So I feel that this company is really doing wow in terms of sustainability.
A brand that comes to my mind is definitely H&M, a place where we all go for shopping for our daily wears. And what they are doing is especially good. Like, they are in the fast fashion industry, and a lot of waste is created because once the fashion is foregone, you throw that cloth. So what they are doing, that you can return back that cloth to the company, and they can recycle it and make a new product out of it, a new fashion, and they sell it. They tell you that it is recycled, so the price is lower for the customer, and that sustainability factor has come in. So that's a plus for everyone.
When I'm trying to think of an example, so in the whole wellness and beauty industry, skincare and beauty industry, most of the brands that we see, they actually don't focus a lot on ethical or sustainable cultures. But if you look at the Body Shop, so they have actually a lot of, varied pronged methods by which they focus on sustainable and ethical practices. For example, if you look at their cruelty-free products, they have never tested on animals, and they actually, talk about this very frequently, very publicly. Secondly, they source their products from the local markets to promote local farmers and local agriculturalists. And thirdly, all their product packaging, the plastic, that is 100% recyclable. And yeah, I also read a news recently that they have also started this refill stations. So if you buy, say, a shampoo from them and the shampoo is over, you can just take the bottle to the store and refill it directly from there. You cannot, so that way you are not wasting more plastic.
I have heard about this. Like, they have a store in Gurgaon, I think.
Yes.
And me and my friend visited there recently to fill his shampoo bottle.
And sure to buy from Body Shop.
We move on to the final part of our conversation, wherein I would like your predictions about 2024 and what you guys think are gonna be the marketing trends in 2024, having witnessed the power of AI and influencer marketing in 2023. So the question is open for you guys.
So one thing that I'm going to vouch for is metaverse. So it has been building up for past few years. And I think 2024 is going to be the year for metaverse to boom. And just imagine about interactive ads. Currently also, when I'm playing any game, I came across an ad that in ad I can play a game. So that immersive advertisement, that marketing channel. Also recently I was watching this movie, Bandersnatch in Black Mirror, if you know, it is on Netflix. It is a much recommended from my side. And it is a immersive kind of movie, where you have to take decision for the character that is in the movie. So you are continuously involved in the movie, in the content, that you don't feel like you are the third person. You are the character of the movie and you are doing it. And if we come up with more content like that, and in metaverse, we can do a lot of things, and it is going to be the best for the brands, I think.
I am playing my bet on AI marketing, like we have been talking about it since a long time now. Actually, it's tracking all of your preferences, and there is huge data around it. And studying that and telling you what to buy next according to your behavior only. It's the next best thing which is coming. So yeah, I would play my bet on AI-powered marketing.
My bet, like my previous answer suggests, is on sustainable and ethical business practices. Every year, every month, we see more and more older brands, adopting and advertising that they are ethical now, they're sustainable now, they're cruelty-free, they're vegan. So I think this is going to be the next best thing, because from a recent survey that has been published, 67% of consumers have said that they are willing to pay a little bit more if there is these things into consideration.
Well, I believe that phygital experiences would be on the rise, which is a blend of physical and digital experiences. So basically, imagine AR mirrors that let you try on clothes before entering a store, or interactive shopping experience in which they give you a personalized opinion about what to shop based on your earlier shopping history. So that would be on the rise according to me.
Great insights, everyone. With metaverse, AI, digital, and omni-channel being the key, I think the ever-evolving realm of marketing is getting disrupted every single day. And what I feel is that it is within this disruption that lies the opportunity for young marketers like us to cement a solid career for ourselves. With that, I wish you all the very best. Thank you for being a part of this conversation.